You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, the story is now breaking that the owners, the WNBA owners, did in fact send a new proposal over to the players last night. And the details are emerging. And it seems the owners said, nah. As of right now, they did not budge an inch on revenue sharing. And it's pretty clear, we've said this since the beginning. Adam Silver, Kathy Engelbert, they're not the owners, they're not going to budge in any significant way on revenue sharing. The season will not happen if that is what is contingent on getting a actual agreement done. It won't happen. They will not come to an agreement. Guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. Let's get into this right here and see what has come out of it. There is one thing that's changed, and it looks like there's also one little revision possibly to a 401k situation. The WNBA sent a counterproposal to the Players Union on Friday night. A source confirmed to Front Office Sports. By the way, ESPN has confirmed that. The WNBPA had proposed a collective bargaining agreement terms 3 days earlier. The speed of the response from the league is notable, but there was no movement on the league's proposed salary cap or revenue share. They didn't budge on salary cap. They didn't budge on revenue share. The WNBA is still proposing a salary cap of $5.65 million, and based on the league's revenue projections, the players would still not receive more than 15% of total revenue during the agreement. The league did not immediately respond for comment. On February 17th, the WNBPA submitted a proposal seeking a salary cap below $9.5 million and a 25% share of total revenue. That revenue share would average out to 27.5 over the life of the proposed CBA. The WNBA issued a statement late Tuesday calling the union's proposal, quote, unrealistic, and would result in loss of hundreds of millions of dollars. The WNBA did not make concessions in areas outside of the salary structure. Did make concessions outside of the salary structure. The league is proposing housing for all players now. All players. I mean, people about to get a 4 times raise. Starting, if they took the proposal right now, they're getting 4 or 5 times the raise. And the league will pay for their housing. I got to be honest. I think that's absurd. In 2027, the league's previous housing proposal, which included 1-bedroom apartments for players on the league proposed minimum salary and rookie and studio for developmental players, would take effect. Okay, so the league, the owners are saying, we will cover your housing one more season for all players. One more season. But beyond that, if you're on a salary higher than a minimum salary, then you will not get housing paid for starting next year, 2027. The 1-bedroom offering would be phased out after 2028, but the studio apartments would be provided throughout the life of the deal. He goes on to talk about the ownership structure. I just did a video about that because, unfortunately, Front Office Sports put out an article that was just really and truly trying to sway people in the direction of the WNBA. In my opinion, anyway, swayed in the direction of the WNBA owners. NBA owners are I'm not going to go so far as to say hiding money, but there was a lot of words like murky used and You know, there was insinuations there. It was a hit piece on the owners. All right. I didn't think it was a good look, but I said this league's ate up with agenda, and the sports media is going to cover these players. All right. They're going to back these players. The WNBA has reportedly declined to answer questions about how revenue is distributed. See, they report they've declined how to answer, trying to present them as the bad guys, including its pending $2.2 billion media rights deal that takes effect in 2026. The new offer from the league also includes slight improvements to the league's 401k. The recognition payment for players with 8 years or more of service increased from $3,000 per year to $4,500 per year. The league is not engaged with players on the season start date or the number of games, in addition to proposal items on the core designation, length of rookie scale contracts, reserve players, salary protection limits, mental health reimbursements are exceptions of the prioritization rule. Negotiation for a new CBA began last fall. So, there you have it. They raised the 401k by $1,500 a year and said, we'll cover a year of housing. Not a solitary red cent increase on revenue sharing. I got to wonder, seeing that, there's going to be a response from the players' union. The fact that the league did not move the revenue sharing at all, is this going to cause a strike? I do wonder, because I think, unfortunately, there's an element of temper tantrum involved from the players' union, and it's going to be interesting because they're going to go out there and start running their mouths about the fact that the revenue sharing has not budged. Now, you noticed they're down to 3 days in between proposals. So the players' union will probably immediately counter. I'm sure they'll make some kind of another PR nightmare kind of statement out there that makes you want to shake your head right off your neck and go, what are you talking about? What are you thinking? Make no mistake. The owners just sent a message to the players by not moving that revenue sharing number at all. They are not going to cave. I figure best case scenario, they add 1% eventually. Maybe 1.5%. But there's not going to be a 10% movement in that ever. I mean, tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.